the very first thing, I have a drip board that you can clearly see that I've used a lot for painting, particularly. Black just so happens to be my favorite thing to paint into a card. On top of that, I have some little painter triangles, and then I will put the board I'm going to cut. Now, next, we get our pre-stain. The pre-stain helps with preventing splotchiness and stuff. So basically it doesn't allow the stain to penetrate too far into the wood in some places and not far enough into the other. So the pre-stain will soak in, create a barrier, and that's as far as the stain will go. Keeping it thin, but I want a good coat at the same time. You don't want anything to just sit in an area. Everything should look nice and damp. And I'll make sure that's even. This comes up with water. Take the brush inside, rinse it out, dry it. I believe this is, yeah, okay. So let it penetrate for 5 minutes and then wipe off the excess. Not a big deal. And then after 30 minutes, sand and smooth and erase grain, which it's going to. So this is the first bit of moisture that this wood has seen since it was cut, dried. So this little bit will cause, it was smooth, now I can already feel it's bumpy with the raised grain. So give it a few minutes and I'll come out here and wipe it down, and then we'll hit it with sandpaper, probably like 220, and then we can stain it. And here we go, lint-free cloth, correction of the grain. Just trying to get that extra little bit of moisture out of here. All right, and TV magic. It has now been like a half an hour because I took a nap. All right, so gel stain. This stuff is awesome. It's way better than oil or water-based. It's not runny, it's gel. It's so easy to put on. Okay, we have mineral spirits. That's the stuff we want. After seemingly forever, we got it covered. Now, we're gonna let that sit for a little bit. Oh, it just hit me. I was in such a rush and completely asleep, standing up, operating this, that I forgot to sand that. So this is gonna get interesting. We're gonna let the stain penetrate. I'm gonna clean off the brush. I'm gonna need some more mineral spirits for that. And then I am going to wipe off the excess in like 5 to 10 minutes. And then once that dries, I'm gonna sand it. So we'll see how far that stain goes down. Yep. Whoopsie. Okay, brush is clean. Time to wipe this off. Try to get that more centered view for you. Again, lint-free cloth. just take off the extra. It's not a lot. And you could just lightly wipe this. I think I'm gonna scrub it pretty good. I'm not really sure how much you can see in the video. So this is all untouched. And as I'm wiping it off, you can see that it gets lighter. It's more in the darker grain. Everything else is nice and white. So just to keep swapping out your rags. There you go. So now we'll let it dry, and then I'll actually sand it. But the good news is this hasn't raised a ton, so I think it looked just fine. All right, here we are an hour or so later. This is dry to the touch, which is great. I am going to remove the board, and you can see the before and after there. So significant difference. All right. Decided to get it with the a 320, and just toss that on the sander. And we are going to sand until everything's nice and smooth. Wow, that was fast. Okay, so it's totally smooth. Kind of bummed that it took off so much, but it still has some character from when it was like new. A little more distressed. I was really hoping to get it on the carve, but you know, I think I might stain it one more time. Just super quick stain. Yeah. Now, so why did I go back and actually sand it? You'll see this when it happens, but when I do the carve, I'm gonna be using this blue stuff called ore mask. And basically this has an adhesive backing, and it's gonna lay across, and then we'll carve it out. Because this wasn't flat, it wouldn't have adhered very well. Yeah, man, I gotta stain that again. It just doesn't look that great right now. So I'll stain it, super fast, stain, wipe it on, wipe it off, and I guess let it dry again. Once it's no longer tacky, then we can put on the ore mask and carve it. All right, in the interest of time, I'm gonna use a rag to wipe it on instead of brush it on, because, man, it is a pain to clean that brush afterwards. All right, This is as good as it's gonna get. I think it's fine. Has this little gradient look to it. So again, the shape is going to be interesting. Here's my mistake from earlier. It was going good until I sanded through the lettering, but you know, it's not the full thing. So I think it's going to look really nice.